What's up? So I wanted to test out my software for a little bit, get the chance to talk a little bit of sports. Um, got a little bit to cover. Did you see any good games this weekend? Woo! They doubted the Chiefs, left, right, up, down, backwards, and forwards. Doubt, 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 and they didn't learn. Have you seen the opening line in a neutral field? They've got San Francisco as 2.5 point favorites. The Bills were favorites. The Ravens were favored, and man, now the now the 49ers are favorites. I mean, this is this is a chance for the 49ers to, try to get some revenge off of that 2019 season. The game that kick-started the world into the the virus. I won't say anything else. Um so Chiefs Niners, it's going to be interesting. Just looking roughly at the way too early injury report, we know that Charles Omenihu is going to be out. He tore his ACL. Um, that's a big loss for our D line. As of right now, Ambry Thomas from the Niners and George Kittle are both listed as questionable. Not sure what happened to them, but Omenihu is out. Joe Tooney, uh, he is listed as questionable. Um, Willie Gay also listed as questionable. So it'll be interesting. I would like to see one or both of them come back. I would take either one coming back, but yeah, uh, both of them listed as questionable is somewhat promising. Kadarius Tony, okay, so KT has been listed as questionable. The guy just had a baby, so congrats to Kadarius Tony. Um, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with KT and the organization. He put out a rant saying that he's healthy and started pointing fingers at the organization, saying that they're not being genuine with their not being genuine at all with how they're reporting his status. So I I don't know where to go with that. All I know is, I- he helped us get the ring last year. Just like with Tyreek Hill, man, when he's on, he is electric. He's a blast to watch. But boy, that floor is that floor is rough. I don't I don't know. But then again, everybody was all over MVS all season, wanting him benched, wanting him cut, get him out of here, get him traded. And what happened? He caught he caught the dagger that put the Ravens game away. So big ups to MVS. Man, maybe he just wants to perform in the postseason. I'm good with that. As long as the Chiefs keep making the postseason, I'm good with that. Um, I don't know. They're 2.5 point dogs going into the Super Bowl. As of right now, ESPN has Kansas City having a 40.6% chance to win. It's going to be interesting to see if Pacheco can run on the Niners. Their run defense has been the thing that kind of it's kind of the thorn in their side. Um, with that being said, we've got a pretty stout secondary. We've got a good defense. We've got what was the second best scoring defense in the league going into last week when we beat the number one scoring defense. I don't know. There's been a lot of people talking about how, oh man, Patrick Mahomes, he gets shut down in the second half and they don't score. They don't score. He doesn't really need to. They get out to a lead. And if any of you watched the Royals back in 2014, 2015, the 2015 season when they won the World Series, they didn't have to score runs all game long. They didn't have to get into a track meet with you. All they had to do was be leading by 1 or 2 runs going into the sixth inning. That was it. If they could get out of the sixth inning with a 1-run lead, that was a game. Because then they would turn it over to HDH. You know, Herrera, Kelvin Herrera. And then big game James Davis. And Greg Holland, HDH. Herrera would take the 7th, Davis with the 8th, and then Holland would come in and smoke him for the 9th. And that was the formula. Have a lead through 6 innings, and then turn it over to your bullpen and have a Coke and a smile, because nobody was scoring runs off. No one was getting on base off of them. You couldn't even catch up to Herrera's pitches. He was throwing triple-digit smoke. And James had nasty movement, and Holland was just almost unfair back in the 2015 season. It was crazy. But it's not baseball. It's definitely, I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired of the snubs though. This is the second year in a row no Chiefs are in the Pro Bowl. Just kidding. I would much rather them have something better to do than go to the Pro Bowl. So they might go back to back. Yeah. Niners have been good. They might actually pull it off too. So I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I really do. What do you think? You think the Chiefs are legit 2.5-point dogs? You think that you think the Niners are going to just absolutely smoke them and cover the spread and then some? Is this going to be a revenge game for Coach Flat Bill Shanahan? Or is Shanahan going to have a lead and then watch it melt away again? Who knows? It'll be interesting to watch for sure. It's going to be good TV. But man, everybody doubted. And I don't know if you caught Colin Cowherd. He he said, they struggled all season. I watched it, and I'm never doubting them again. He said he's never doubting Patrick Mahomes ever, ever, ever again. I mean, he said all season, we're going to get it figured out. We're going to get it figured out. I was one of those people saying, I believe that you can get it figured out, but could you hurry it up a little bit? Because this is stressful. We've not blown people out all season like, a few years ago when he was throwing 50 touchdowns in the season. Like, that's not been the identity. They've been doing it the traditional way, win with defense. It's been fun. It has been fun to watch, albeit kind of stressful, but it's been fun to watch. Let's see here. So that's coming up in just under 2 weeks. So a week and a half from now, it'll be Super Bowl Sunday. The Chiefs are trying to go back to back. First time we will have had a back to back champion in 20 years. 20 years. It's hard. Heck, it's hard to get to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. Chiefs did it in 2020. They won in 2020, and then the 2020 season they got back to the Super Bowl, played in the Yeah, that was a road game. And playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay for the Super Bowl. So they won and then got back and lost. Then they missed the AFC Championship game. They made it. They hosted it, but they lost that championship game. Then they went back last year and won, and now we're back in the Super Bowl. This is a crazy stretch, and people want to say, "Oh, it's not a dynasty." Hosted the AFC Championship game 5 years in a row, and then went on the road in year 6 and won it. Got 2 Super Bowl trophies, possibly a third, in 4 appearances. Wow. I don't. I mean, I know that the Patriots in their prime, it seemed like the AFC always went through Gillette, and that's kind of where we are right now. The AFC usually goes through KC, goes through Arrowhead. They didn't get enough done this season in the regular season to make it go through Arrowhead, but more importantly, they came away with the W. I'm looking forward to it. I know that the haters are all looking forward to it for the opposite reason. They just can't wait to throw shade and complain about who the players are dating. So silly. But I mean, if my team got knocked out early, that's probably what I would do too. But enough about that. How are y'all doing today on this wonderful Taco Tuesday? I had I had nachos. I went to Barbaritos. So excuse me. What else is going on this evening? So I don't really want to cover any of the stats for the for the Super Bowl teams. There's gonna be a lot of that to come over the next week and a half. So if you're watching any kind of sports broadcasting, you're gonna you're gonna get your fill. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents on. We tried to tell you, don't doubt them. I only got a couple other things that I'm going to be looking forward to tonight. One, LA Lakers at State Farm Marina, Atlanta Hawks. So right now, they're showing the Hawks as a 6.5 point favorite over LeBron James and his Lakers. 55.4% chance to win. Um, so here's the deal with that. You got Anthony Davis out. Cam Reddish making a homecoming tour back to Atlanta, but he won't be on the floor. He's out. LeBron James is a game time decision. He's day to day. Another game time decision for the Hawks is DeAndre Hunter and DeJounte Murray. So there's a lot of big pieces out on this game tonight. But who I do not see on the injury report is Trey Young. Let's see here. Yeah. So Trey is good to go. What did he get? 30. He played 42 minutes on Sunday against the Toronto Raptors. Got 30 points, 12 assists. So double double for Trey. Man, I really hope I really hope the Hawks can get this going, cuz it's rough. It is so rough. Hawks are 19 and 27 and the Lakers are at 500. They're 24 and 24. I don't know. I don't know what the Hawks are going to end up doing, but something has got to give. We were right there in the thick of things a few years ago, and now we can barely sniff the playoffs. Got beaten a gentleman's sweep last season. It's it's rough. You know, they got they got the win last Sunday against Toronto Raptors team. 1 point win on a last second putback jam by Sadiq Bey. Sadiq's one of my favorite players. I don't know. I just he's he's gritty. He's a tough player. I like watching him play. He's a he's always on 100. Like he doesn't seem like he ever takes a play off. It's fun to watch. And then, but see, that game starts at 7:30. I'll be able to watch a good bit of that. However, at 9 p.m., I've got I've got some Jayhawks to watch. So here's the thing: Kansas started out hot, and then Kansas has lost two of their last 5 games. Two of their last five, including, well, really two of their last three, they've lost. And both of them were on the road. They lost at West Virginia by 6 points. Then they went home and beat Cincinnati, and then they lost by 4 points at Iowa State. Now, honestly, those two places are notoriously difficult arenas to play in. But the thing that just so Iowa State and Kansas had the same record, both now 16-4. West Virginia, that one hurts because they're 7-13. 7-13. Kansas should not have lost to West Virginia. Shouldn't have lost to them. I don't know if they just came out flat. There there was some kind of hemming and hawing about, you know, the the officiating in that game. There there was a couple fouls that were called late that looked a little questionable. I've seen that video slowed down. Like, do you make the call? What was this a foul? Was it not a foul? Point is, you're going up against a team that's 13th in your own conference. 13th. You should not have been in that situation. Those fouls shouldn't have mattered. I mean, that game. Let me go back here and take a quick look. No, not that one. That's Iowa State.
Wendy's breakfast 2 for 3 is so
Yeah.
good. The crew.
Sorry. I want stats. Full team stats. West Virginia shot 57% from behind the arc. Kansas shot 30. Kansas turned the ball over 7 times. They lost the turnover, or they won the turnover battle because West Virginia turned it over 13. But they won in overall field goal percentage, 53-51. But 3-point advantage. West Virginia shot better from behind the 3-point line. Wow. I mean, that's the crazy thing here. So 3-pointers. Kansas was 7 of 23. West Virginia was 12 of 21. If you can't guard that perimeter, and they're smoking you from behind the arch, behind the arc. That's how you end up losing by 6. Mm. Only shot 77% from free throw line. Let's see. 14 of 18 for free throws, and West Virginia 21 of 25. Yeah, they went to the line 7 more times, and they made 7 more shots than we made from free throws. We lost by 6. Tough. It's tough. But tonight, they are playing up against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Yep. Let's see here. Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is 14th in the Big 12. 14th. They're 9-11. And they just won 3 days ago on a clutch 3-pointer. The 3-pointer was the go-ahead. They ended up winning by 4 over West Virginia. So the same team that beat us by 6, Oklahoma State just beat by 4. Now, they weren't in West Virginia. They were at home. But so Kansas is a 16.5-point favorite. I don't know if they cover that. When is the last? We beat Oklahoma State by 24 last time when we were at Oklahoma State. And since we just lost Iowa State, you know what? I think they do cover that. I think they probably beat them by 20 plus. I don't know. I could just be a homer and always think they're going to win by 20, but based on the fact that earlier this month they played at Oklahoma State and won 90-66, and now they're at Allen Fieldhouse, a place where they got embarrassed by Marquette. You know, that the last game that they played at Allen Fieldhouse was against Cincinnati, and they only won by 5. But I think that coming off a loss and then going back home and playing a opponent that they've already seen once and beat by 24, yeah, I think that could bode very well for Kansas to cover that spread of 16.5. ESPN gives Oklahoma State a 7.4% chance to win. So you're saying there's a chance? Well, I think that at the end of the day, I just think that something tells me that Kansas is going to win this one. I don't know, but we'll have to see this evening. So 9:00 tonight on ESPN, or if you're in Lawrence or in that area, it'd be 8:00. Let's see. I don't even know what channel the Hawks game is going to be on. That's crazy. My luck, I probably won't even be able to watch it. So we'll see. We shall see. Well, I appreciate y'all kind of hanging out and watching me for a little bit. Do you agree with what I said? Do you think the Chiefs are going to win? Do you think that the Hawks have a chance at all of figuring this thing out? I mean, ESPN thinks Hawks are going to win tonight and that the Jayhawks are going to win. Question is by how many? Again, they've got Atlanta as a 6.5-point favorite over the Lakers. Now, these are Lakers that don't have Cam Reddish or Anthony Davis. We'll see. Oh man. Well, I think I'm gonna get off of here. I got some other stuff I could be doing around the house today on my day off. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll have to do this again sometime. Peace.